All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all the world in the YouTube universe. This is the motherfucking fresh and funky. Excuse my language, but I do cuss and I don't give a damn. This isn't for children. I'm not for everybody. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. But you know what? We still throw out our plays and our parlays each and every motherfucking day. As we always do, today's a Friday. We got football. It was awesome to see football last night. I mean, yes, it was like, a little sample size over there. It's like if you go to an ice cream parlor and they say, "Hey, would you like a little sample here? This little." So obviously, we got a sample size and it was good to see the teams that were playing. Obviously, we didn't get to see the Tennessee game and the Ravens game, but we did get to see the Giants and the Patriots. Both teams look pretty good. Definitely obviously need some polishing, some work. Didn't see Mac Jones. We did see Daniel Jones. We did see the Giants' first offense. We did see the Patriots' first defense. So, my takeaway in that game, was surprisingly the Patriots drafted this kid, Bailey Zappi. Bailey Zappi out of Western Kentucky. He looked pretty good out there. He looked pretty comfortable out there. He threw a nice dart touchdown in the fourth quarter to basically give the Patriots the lead, but then the Giants came back and won with a field goal at the end. And it's kind of curious why Belichick didn't call any timeouts or anything.
What did you pick on that game yesterday? The points?
Well,
I
I
gave you
picked
the spread too.
I picked the Patriots on one of them. I picked the Patriots money line. The other one I picked the Giants minus 2.5. Got fucked because of 2.5.
That's what I got.
He's got
That's
fucked
what
by
I
the
got.
2.5. But the Giants
That's what I picked too, and I got screwed.
But the Giants looked pretty, they looked pretty decent for the most
I
part.
should have just picked the money line for that.
Colin Johnson looked really good, wide receiver, and I think.
Titans look good, but then they fucking
And I
Malik
forgot,
guy, that Malik
I
guy.
forgot Malik Willis got drafted by the Tennessee Titans last
Yeah, he
night.
did his thing though.
And he did his thing. He had a highlight in the first half. He got the first rushing touchdown to basically tie it up. He didn't look too bad, but I mean, that's going to be good going forward for Tennessee. You got to have a quarterback with that, so you can have maybe a Derrick Henry and maybe the run option, kind of like it's kind of.
Tannehill got. I think he was. He gets injured.
Well, I mean Tannehill. I think Tannehill knew he kind of fucked up. I mean there was in the playoff game that defense sacked Burrow like 9 times, the most at any team in the playoffs last year. And Tannehill had shots. He just threw bad interceptions. Passes he shouldn't have thrown. You
Well,
don't.
look at Mahomes too. It was like that was their kryptonite right there. Just
Yeah, but I mean you live and die. I mean it's like the Warriors in basketball. They live and die by the three, but now they've kind of evolved from that to where they don't live and die by the three anymore. They rely more on playing fast pace. Getting move the ball around and just you got to eventually
they got
kind of
more shooters now too.
you got to eventually guys leave the team and then you got to build upon that and bring in new guys and obviously guys that are going to be there probably future, and you just got to build upon that. You got to continue to make that happen. And unfortunately, a lot of times, unforeseen injuries happen or whatever, and it derails the teams. But it was good football last night. There was I mean, there was some really, bad, too many penalties and stupid ones
That whole
called.
second quarter was all penalties. That's why it took the game away.
Exactly. Like my sister said, all the second quarter was basically penalties in that
After
Giants and that
after
Patriots
the
game.
after
So
that,
it's like,
it went
man,
by fast. The game went by fast.
right.
That
Second
second
half, they didn't call too many penalties, and
flag,
well, first half they
flag,
first half they let the quarterbacks get killed, not let them know roughing the
flag.
quarterbacks, and but then second quarter they wanted to flag, and then the second half it was just. But needless to say, yeah, we had some bets yesterday that we're gonna go over right now. All right, there's that bet here. All right, there's that one, and then where's my other one I had? There we go. Okay. All right, so we had a total of 3 bets yesterday, 3 parlays. This is how we did early action. Obviously, none of the parlays cash, so but this is what we did as far as the picks. We had the Marlins money line plus 133. We had the under 8.5, and the Guardians and Tigers. We had the Royals on the money line. We had the Rangers plus the run and a half. We had the Cardinals to win by a run and a half, and we had the Orioles money line. And unfortunately, in that parlay, we went 3-3. The Miami Marlins, they won. They cashed on the money line. The Guardians and the Tigers went under 8.5, and the Royals ended up winning. So that was good, +1. But the Rangers got their butts kicked, did not cover the run and a half. The Cardinals lost by I think 2 runs, and the Orioles, I believe they lost as well. They got beat by Boston. That's right. They got beat by Boston 4-3. Sorry, I have to remember some of these things. So we went 3-3 in that first parlay. All right, the second parlay we had the Diamondbacks minus the 1.5, and that was plus 110. And we had the team total under 9 runs. In the Cubs and Reds, we had the Sky money line. We had the Sun, the Connecticut Sun minus 10.5 on the spread. We had the Patriots money line, and we had the Tennessee Titans money line. Obviously, the Patriots and the Titans did not win. The Sun, they covered the 10.5. The Sky, they did not. They did not win. And the Diamondbacks won on the 1.5, and we covered the under 9.5. So we went 2-0 with that MLB there. We went 1-1 on this WNBA here, and we went 0-2 on this one there. Then we did the 2-unit NFL WNBA parlay as the last one. We had the Giants minus 2.5 on the spread. We had the under 35.5 points in Giants Patriots. We had the Ravens minus 3.5 and the over 31.5. We had the Aces minus 1 on the spread. We had the under 175. Then we had the Sparks plus 10.5 on the spread and the over 162.5. So in this parlay, we went 4-4. Obviously, the Giants won, but because of we had the half, that screwed us, the hook. And the game went over. Obviously, it went over 35 points. It went to obviously 44 points. We did cash with our Ravens pick, and then the over 31.5. Duly noted. Anybody next week bet the Ravens. The Ravens have not lost a preseason NFL game since 2015. That is the last time the Baltimore Ravens have lost a preseason game. They have not lost a preseason game since 2015. So they're on a 7-year record right now. Most people think that's kind of silly and that's kind of stupid, but honestly, that's actually pretty damn good feat to not lose a preseason game in 7 years since 2015 was last time. So you know, and I knew the over 31.5 was a little bit too low. So even maybe 35 is a little bit too low here. So maybe that'll factuate on my. So we went 4-4. So we went 4-4. We went 3-3, and we went 3-3. So we evened out, but we did not win no money. Ultimate goal is we have to win the parlay, so we can't have one loss. We have to have 0 losses. So So we'll try today. We got a full slate of MLB baseball. We have 4 games of WNBA. We got 5 NFL games, and we're going to break them down. We have not made our picks or our bets or anything right now. So you're going to get my honest critique and my takes right now of who I think is going to win today, and what we're going to make as a parlay. What are we going to put together as the parlay? What do we like as a play, but what do we actually like as putting our money where our mouth is in the parlay before it goes. So we're gonna do that here today. I might also talk about a little bit of fantasy as well. I kind of made some of my sleepers. I don't know if anybody else will agree, but I have fantasy sleepers that I just take the top 5 fantasy sleepers from the quarterbacks, the running backs, the wide receivers, and the tight ends. I don't really care about the kickers or the defenses because obviously most people don't want to. You don't get too many points from a kicker or a defense unless like they kick like 4 or 5 field goals and the defense gets like 20 points a game. Other than that, you should go to a super flex, but most people aren't used to that. Oh, excuse me, I had to burp there. But yeah, we're gonna get to the games here. Let's roll that beautiful bean footage here. We will start off with we'll start off with baseball because there's a lot of baseball. So we'll run through the games. Like I said, we'll run through the games and then we'll give our analysis as we always do. All right, we got 6:40 Eastern time. We have a battle of the NL East. The Atlanta Braves coming to Miami to take on the Marlins. Then at 7:05 Eastern time, we have the San Diego Padres coming in to visit the Washington Nationals. 7:07 Eastern time, Toronto Canadian time. We got the Cleveland Guardians taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. 7:10 Eastern time. We have the Philadelphia Phillies and the New York Mets. 7:10 Eastern time. We have the battle of the American League East, the New York Yankees and the Red Sox. The Yankees-Red Sox rivalry continues tonight. 7:10. We have the Detroit Tigers and the Chicago White Sox, a battle of the American League Central. 7:10. We have the Baltimore Orioles and the Tampa Bay Rays here, the battle of the American League East here, battle of teams that are pretty competitive here.
Check that out.
Yeah, I know, I saw that.
I bet you people are
Saw that.
kicking
I actually read that shit.
Yeah, I bet you people were kicking their own asses because they fucking got jabbed and now you got a quarantine, bitch.
Well,
It's because they carry the virus.
yep.
So, what it is?
You got the Seattle Mariners taking on the Texas Rangers here. Sorry about that. You might just try to show me something. Something that we already know is going on today. Going down the So we got the Oakland Athletics taking on the Houston Astros. Looks like that's gonna be an easy one for the Astros, maybe. We have the Los Angeles Dodgers taking on the Kansas City Royals, and an interesting matchup there. We have the Milwaukee Brewers and the St. Louis Cardinals, a battle for the National League Central. We have the Diamondbacks going into Colorado a mile high. Then we got the Minnesota Twins taking on the Los Angeles Angels.
We get the Falcons game and the Niner game.
Yep. So we get the Pirates and the Giants are the last game of the MLB slate at 10:15 Eastern time. All right. Then let's roll the let's roll the WNBA out here. We have the Washington Mystics taking on the Indiana Fever. We have the New York Liberty taking on the Atlanta Dream. We have the Seattle Storm taking on the Minnesota Lynx. And we have the Dallas Wings taking on the Phoenix Mercury. And the WNBA, they're getting closer. I believe they play tonight. They don't play Saturday, and they play Sunday's last. I believe Sunday's the last game, and then they start the WNBA playoffs. So some of these teams are trying to get a seed. Other teams are just trying to, So be interesting tonight to see which teams come out to play and which teams don't. All right. And then we have the NFL preseason games here tonight. Let's run those down really quick. And like I said, we'll break down our analysis, our picks, and what we think of. So at 6 Eastern time, we have the Atlanta Falcons taking on the Detroit Lions. Both teams first game out the gate. Then we have 7 p.m. Eastern. We have the Cleveland Browns versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars obviously played Hall of Fame game with the Raiders. We did not see Trevor Lawrence. We'll see Trevor Lawrence tonight, I believe. And we're also going to see Deshaun Watson tonight for the Cleveland Browns. Will we see him for the season? That's remained to be seen, to be continued. All right, we have the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. I believe Joe Burrow will not be playing tonight. So we won't see no Burrow, and I don't know. We might see a little bit of Kyler Murray. We haven't got no confirmation yet here. And then 7:30 Eastern, we have the New York Jets. New York Jets. Get it out, Kenny. And the Philadelphia Eagles. This is kind of an interesting spread here. I mean, a very interesting spread, at least when we'll talk about that when we get to that one. Then we have the last game of the night. The Green Bay Packers take on the San Francisco 49ers here, even though they don't play in San Francisco, play in Santa Clara. So that is what we have in store today here. So we got to put our thinking caps on here and see what we kind of like. We're gonna run down MLB first because there's a lot of games. And I think NFL. I have more of a good prognostication. See, MLB. I have to really take my time and ingest. All right, so we got the Atlanta Braves taking on the Miami Marlins. We'll take the first game here. We got Jacob Ordozzi taking on Pablo Lopez. I do like Pablo Lopez. He's a really solid pitcher for the Marlins. Recently he hasn't been stellar. But the only thing about taking the Marlins though is the Marlins have kind of just, they played really well on the road against the Phillies. So I mean, if maybe I rode that here, and I was like thinking maybe I like Pablo a lot here. And then we have an over under 7, in which I don't know. I'm not Could it go over 7? Possibly. I mean, if we're looking at, let's look at this. All right. So the pitchers, Pablo Lopez is 7-7. He has an ERA of 3.57. Uh, Ordozzi, he's 4-4 with a 3.76 ERA. So both these guys having kind of the high threes here, almost getting close to the fours. Both guys have 500 records. I want to see what Pablo's been doing as of late here. All right. All right. So his last start here, he gave up 4 runs. He did pitch 5. And at home too, so yeah, 53 Ks overall at home. So, oh yeah, we bet on Edward de Cabrera. So, um, I'm saying I'm gonna lean. I'll lean Marlins right now, money line. It's not my strongest pick here, but like I said, I like to lean Pablo Lopez at home, and maybe the pitching does good, and maybe the Marlins get enough runs where they don't have to make it a shootout or. But then we have the Padres taking on the Nationals here. We got Roy Abbott versus Clevenger here. Oh man, Nationals here. I mean, the Nationals have been kind of a odd team, but so have the Padres. So that, Juan Soto's coming back home. I mean, I honestly, I think honestly, I'm not even gonna touch this game. Honestly, there's enough games to really. I don't even want to touch that game. Just to be honest with you, uh, I don't know. I mean, if you're the Nationals, do you want you want to have a big game against Juan Soto and all them and this and that, and or does it go the other way and the fucking Padres just fucking mash the ball out of the park? So I just over 9. I mean, I don't know how comfortable I am. I mean, I'm more comfortable putting the Marlins money line in there more than I am if taking the over 9 in that Padres and Nationals game. So we have the Guardians and the Blue Jays here. Blue Jays are coming back home here. They have been hitting pretty well here. Under 8.5. Because the Guardians have been playing pretty decent, decently well. Um, but uh, let's see. Oh, it's. Do we take the Blue Jays on the run line here. I'm gonna lean the under 8.5 here. It's not, like I said, not the strongest I have here, but definitely where I lean right now. We have the Phillies and we have the Mets here. All right, so we got Ranger Suarez, a lefty. Against the Mets, they got Max Scherzer on the mound here. Over 7 runs here. I mean, I don't know. I think Kyle Schwarber's hurt now, so I don't know. Phillies. I mean, Mets by themselves could probably and make it 8 here. But we got Scherzer pitching here, so I'm gonna take the Mets on the run line here. I'm kind of I like Scherzer and the Mets. They've been pretty solid at home, and Phillies had their win streak snapped by the. Now they got to go on the road. Now they got to face Max Scherzer, and I'm just not sold. All right, we got the Yankees and the Red Sox here. We got Nathan Eovaldi and we got Domingo Germain. The over under is 9. Last time these two teams met, it was um I don't like it, but I'm gonna lean the under 9 here. I don't like it, but that's where then we have the Tigers and we have the White Sox. Um, it's spurred by both these teams before here, so um, um I don't know. I lean under 8.5. Tigers and White Sox for some reason. All right, we got Orioles and Rays. Both teams. I'll take the over 7.5 here in the Orioles Rays. I mean, I don't know, but that's just how I look at it here. I mean, I bet the Orioles yesterday and it didn't really work out. All right, we got the Mariners and we have the Rangers. Um, I'm gonna take Mariners on the run line here. All right, then we have the Oakland Athletics going up against the Houston Astros. A's cover the run. think so. I'm gonna take the under 8.5 here, even though I don't know. Just not. All right, we got the Dodgers and we have the Royals here. I kind of like the under 9. Don't trust the Royals. Even though they won from me yesterday. And the Rockies, man, they keep under 12 here. Joe Montgomery and I bet the Cardinals last time. They didn't really do so well for me here. And the Brewers here. Under 7.5. Oof. We have the Pirates, and we have the Pirates and the Giants here. I don't know. Pirates kind of got worked. Pirates kind of got worked against the Diamondbacks here. Uh, see the Tiger one out here. Mm. Yeah, maybe the Blue Jays one too. Do they do those 8 here? Yeah, we'll just do those 8 here. All right. So this is what we're gonna do here. We made one. We're gonna only make one MLB bet here today. We're only make one MLB bet here. This is the MLB parlay. This is the parlay. This is the parlay number 1 here. 8-12 here. This is what we have. We have Marlins on the money line here. So money line Marlins here once again. Plus 120. Then we took the Mets here to win by a run and a half. We got Mets minus a run and a half on the spread. That is plus 101. And we have the team total under 9 runs. Yankees, Red Sox here. Minus 104. And we took the team total over 7.5 runs in the Orioles and Rays plus whoop, 102. All right. And then we took team total under 8.5 runs. A's, Astros. That's plus 100. And we took team total under 9 runs. Dodgers, Royals. Minus 106. Also team total under 12 runs. And desert, call them the Desert Snakes here. Desert Snakes and the Rockies here. Oop. That is minus 102. And we have the Giants win by a run and a half on the spread is minus 121 now here. All right. So, so if all those bets cash here and all 8 bets cover, we make $240, $245.33, and this could also fluctuate depending on the odds too as well. So this might not be the grand total I get, but we'll see. That is the first bet here. That is the first bet we made, and then we're gonna have we have ourselves we have ourselves 5 NFL games and we have 4 WNBA. So I figure we could combine those. We'll combine those ones together. That makes 9, but we can always just whatever ones we see fit that we like here. NFL and WNBA parlay. Just make 2 parlays here. I think that is, I think it's good enough here. Okay. Let's get the NFL games up here. Let's see. We got the Atlanta Falcons and the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions are favored to win by 2.5. Lions, the Atlanta Falcons are plus 117. We have the over under of 35.5. Okay, seems to be a little bit of a trend I'm noticing here. So, I mean, the Lions. Lions. I don't know. I'm not so sold on the Lions backups here. So, and I'm gonna believe there's gonna be points tonight here. I'm gonna take the over 35.5 in this Falcons and Lions game here. All right, we have the Browns and we have the Jaguars. Browns are obviously 2-point underdogs here. And then we have the Browns and we have the Jaguars. Theirs is 36.5. Interesting, and by far interesting number here. Uh, Watson starts. Does he? I mean, how much does he really play? Honestly, I mean, they just let him play the whole fucking preseason game. I mean, no, I don't think so. And same thing with Trevor Lawrence, and I wasn't really too sold on them. So, but they did go over the 35. So, I'm gonna go with the Browns plus the 2.5. That's I don't really like it. I just don't know how to. I mean, the Jaguars, they kind of have a little more. But Trevor Lawrence is going to start today, and they're going to have some of the starters. So I mean, I don't know how that. And I mean, I'd love to put over 36.5 because that way, it's got to go 37 points here. But that means it has to be like a 27-10 game. Or. Yeah. Then we have Arizona Cardinals and the Bengals here. Let's see if they they think 31 here. I mean, Arizona here. I kind of like the over 31 points here. I don't know. I do. I feel like in preseason, especially with a lot of teams, and when it gets to when you start getting to the third string guys or whatever, guys are gonna make mistakes. And all right, then we have the Jets and we have the Eagles here. Oh man, I mean, it's tough. It's tough to win in Philly here, but I mean, minus a half a point here. I mean, it's probably the most oddest one here. It's like at this point, you get better odds of picking the money line here for either team. Honestly, man. Obviously, I guess the Jets are the kind of the favorite here, but yeah. Um. Uh, I'm gonna take the Eagles here. And last but not least, we have the Green Bay Packers and the 49ers here. 49ers to win by 3 here. Win by 3 or the Packers? Can the Packers win here? I mean, how much do the starters actually start? I don't know. Probably Aaron Rodgers. Do we see Aaron Rodgers? Probably not. Probably fuck is he Jordan Love out here and I don't know, man. But and then we have WNBA here. All right. So we got the Mystics in the Fever. 158. I like that. I think they can score over that. Then we have the Liberty and the Dream. By 2 points. I mean, that's pretty. I'll take the over. And we have take the Storm. The Wings, they've been on a roll here. So I'm gonna take them on. All right, so yeah, these. Let me just take this 9, or do we trim this 9 down and just say, hey, WNBA, I'm pretty confident in those picks here. Our NFL ones. Let's see here. All right. Maybe we take this Cleveland game out. I mean, maybe say under 36. I mean, I don't know. Let's see, because we have 1, 2. We didn't take any unders. Because the Jets and the Eagles, what I think would be there. I mean, obviously, do you think both these teams score enough to get over that hump? Or there's some defense here. Let's say some defense under 36 here. I mean, I don't know. Both teams' defense has come to play a little bit here. I don't know. Who knows? I mean, probably go over, but I mean, I think certain teams just. Yeah, the Niners. Minus the 3. I mean, they're at home. I mean, they should probably take care of business at home. But all right. So we'll make this pick. I mean, it's gonna be a crazy fucking one, but we'll just bet it here. All right. This is the NFL WNBA parlay. Team total over 33 or over 35 and a half points between the Falcons and the Lions. And we took team total over 31 points. In the Cardinals and Bengals game. That's minus 110. All right. We have 49ers minus the 3 on the spread. That's 110. Team total. Yeah, I need to keep all the football ones together here. Take the team total under 36 and a half points between the Browns and the Jags. What is Jag? All right. That's 110. And we also took team total under 36 points in the Jets and Eagles. That's 110 here. All right. And we have the WNBA. We have the WNBA here. Team total over 158 and a half points. Mystics. Mystics and the Fever. Over 160 and a half points. Liberty. Dream. That's 110. And we got the Storm. Line. Minus 1. And Wings. Minus 1.5. Spread. Minus 110. Alright, so if those nine teams cover in cash here, be over $350. and 15 cents. All right. All right. So we got our bets in here. We got our two bets here. We got our MLB bet and we got our NFL and WNBA parlay. That's we'll run through them again. Then we'll then we'll get up out of here. We get ourselves up and away out of here to make ourselves, But before we get out of here, I'll run my parlays down and I'll give you my sleepers for quarterbacks this year, running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends. All right, so let's let's go through the MLB parlay first. We took the Marlins money line. That was plus 120. We took the Mets to win by a run and a half. Plus 101. We took the under 9 runs between the Yankees and the Red Sox, minus 104. We took the team total over 7.5 runs in the Orioles and Rays, plus 102. We took the team total under 8.5 runs in the A's and the Astros, plus 100. We took the team total under 9 runs in the Dodgers and Royals, minus 106. We took the team total under 12 runs between the Diamondbacks and the Rockies. And we took the Giants to win by a run and a half on the spread, minus 121. And so if those bets cover, our dollar will turn into $245.33. All right. Then we have our NFL and our WNBA parlay. We took the team total over 35.5 points in the Falcons and Lions. We took the team total over 31 points in the Cardinals and Bengals. We took the Niners to win by 3 points. We have the team total under 36.5 points between the Browns and the Jaguars. We have the team total under 36 points in the Jets and the Eagles. We have the team total over 158.5 points between the Mystics and the Fever. We have the team total over 160.5 points between the Liberty and the Dream. We took the Seattle Storm money line, minus 101. We took the Dallas Wings to win by a 1.5 points. So if those 9 bets cover, the dollar will turn from $1 to $350.15. So, like I said, it's subject to change. It could go up higher, it could go lower, just depending on the odds. So, but those were my leans, my plays, and the parlays, the 2 parlays today. So we figured, hey, we'll just we'll just jump right into it and get into it. So, all right. Before we get out of here, I wanted to give you guys my sleepers. My sleepers for, obviously quarterback, running back, wide receivers, and tight ends. We'll start with the quarterbacks here. And these are in no general order. I just went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is the 5 quarterbacks I believe gonna have pretty good sleeper seasons that are gonna fly under the radar. Not many people are gonna draft them or look at them as like, hey, well, I think these guys could be. But by mid season or the end of the season, definitely these quarterbacks will be in some starting lineups. That's for sure. So I took input number 1, Baker Mayfield. I like that he's there with the Carolina Panthers. I like what he brings to the table there. I feel he's a perfect fit, and he has an opportunity if he can stay healthy, and all the other guys, Christian McCaffrey and all those guys can stay healthy, and I think it's a match made in heaven. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be a lot better this year. New coach, new philosophy, definitely going to help him out and make him look better. Justin Fields, another quarterback last year that was drafted. I believe he's going to take it to the next level. Even though, I mean, obviously, most people don't think he has good options or weapons there. It doesn't really matter. I think you just got to play with who you got to play with. And hey, man, sometimes it's not the sexiest names or the players, but if you can get the job done, that's all that matters, right? Number 4, I put Matt Ryan with the Colts. I believe he just got, he's gotten better. He's got some better weapons, and it's going to make him more efficient fantasy wise here, especially having Michael Pittman Jr. there, and the guys they have there. I think it's going to be and then look for Alec Pierce, young rookie there, to have a stellar year as well here. He could be. And then number 5, I put Trey Lance. I know a lot of people are probably going to give me flack for putting Trey Lance as a sleeper. Um, and it's like, well, what about Jalen Hurts, man? I mean, I had Jalen Hurts last year. He was why, what's the big knock on him? I'm for me, I'm just not sold on him here. I'm just for me, I'm just not sold that he's that guy yet. I haven't seen that. Watson we've seen a little bit here, but I don't know. Watson's gonna have to prove a lot as well. But I just think Jalen Hurts he's got to step it up. He's got to prove that, hey man, I'm getting better. His decision making is better. Because a lot of what killed him last year was his bad decision making with turnovers and interceptions, and just that's why I didn't put Jalen Hurts as my sleeper. All right, let's go to the running backs now. All right, like I said, no particular order here. I put Kenneth Walker the third from Seattle. I think he's got the best shot. And, no shot at Rashad Penny, but I think Kenneth Walker is going to be the leading back there, just like Javonte Williams. I put James Cook. I believe he's going to get some. He's going to be a sleeper. I mean, maybe not right away, but I think that he's going to find his way. And if he plays anything like Dalvin, and if he could be even more elusive in the passing game, I think he brings more value to the Bills. If he's more of a pass catching, because that could put another wrinkle in Josh Allen's repertoire. Bryce Hall, running back for the Jets. I know he's got share it with Michael Carter Jr. We're gonna probably see these guys tonight, so we're gonna see some good action from them. But I just and yes, Mekhi Becton went down, but they also now brought in Dwayne Brown. They're gonna sign him, so I think that'll help out a little bit. Travis Etienne, he's been healthy now. He's also been he can be used as far as the passing repertoire. So even tonight we might see a little bit of that here tonight. Might see a little wrinkle or a ripple, a little bit of sample size there. And number 5, I put Marlon Mack. I think Marlon Mack could be a sleeper there with the Tennessee or the Texans, the Houston Texans. I didn't even realize that he ended up going there. So that's a good spot for him. I think that's why I think he could be a sleeper there, because he'd be efficient in the pass game, and he also could be, you know, is he a power back? No, but he could be efficient in the first two downs, and he could probably be the third down as well. But they probably got other backs like Rex Burkhead that's probably going to might steal some goal line carries or whatever, still there around. But that's what I thought as far as sleeper running backs. Let's go to sleeper wide receivers. And like I said, no particular order. One I put Michael Thomas. He's coming back. He's looked pretty good so far. So if he can stay healthy, Michael Thomas is definitely a threat to be a sleeper fantasy, to knock in that top 10. Definitely somebody, if you could draft, get your hands on him in maybe the 7th, 8th, or 9th round. Could snag him up, and Darnell Mooney. I think with Justin Fields, obviously. I think he's the number one guy now. There's no Allen Robinson. Now he's definitely number one, so now he's got to step it up. And I think he's capable of doing that. Devontae Parker on the Patriots. I believe he's got a shot now to be the real number one guy there, because everybody else there is. But I think he could be the real guy that could Like I said, I don't think at first he's gonna, but I think towards the middle and later on, I think he's gonna really bring it on. Drake Loudon from the Atlanta Falcons. I think he's going to be a spectacular young wide receiver, along with, this spot you could probably put, either Garrett Wilson as well there. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of love from this young guy. And I put Juju Smith-Schuster. I think Juju's going to have a good year. He didn't have as well of a year with Big Ben on the way out, but I think having Mahomes now and now that, Tyreek's gone, I think, they still have, Markel, they still got Hardman. They still have some guys, but, and they brought in Marvin Valdez-Scantling. So between those two guys, I mean, it's going to be a. And also, we go, well, last but not least, we have our fantasy football sleeper tight ends, top five. And like I said, not in no order. Dallas Goedert for the Eagles. I just think he's the guy there that Zach Ertz is out in the desert with the Desert Birds with Trey McBride now. They drafted him too. So I think Dallas Goedert's going to have a good shot at being, getting a lot of targets, especially from Jalen Hurts being a safety blanket. Austin Hooper with the Tennessee Titans. I think we know how Tannehill likes those tight ends. I think Austin Hooper can have a resurgent year and definitely a sleeper year. Trey McBride, I was talking about him as well. Zach Ertz, obviously. I mean, Zach Ertz is obviously one of the top, tight ends you would want to draft. But Trey McBride is definitely a sleeper. Somebody you don't want to sleep on here as far as rookie tight ends that are going to get some shots to get some productivity. Tommy Tremble from the Panthers, I think he's going to get a shot now. And then with Baker there, how Baker made David Njoku a lot better. And speaking of number 5, David Njoku with the Browns, I have him there at number 5 as my sleeper number 5. As I mean, well, most people wouldn't say he's a sleeper, but he's not looked at as the other tight end. So yeah, that's what we did today. So we got a lot done today. We talked about a lot of sports. We got our parlays. We broke down some of the games, why we liked it, kind of where we're at. Broke down some sleeper. So tomorrow is Saturday. We got some early games. So we got some early football and some probably early baseball. So we'll probably jump on a little bit early to try to do that, or maybe even try to get on while football is on here. But yeah, we got football here pretty soon. The Falcons and Lions will start here pretty soon, about a little less than 2 hours here. so So I'm signing out here. Take care of yourselves. Hopefully we can win a parlay today. If not, oh well, we'll keep trying. We'll keep trying. But till then, take care of yourselves and be better, not bitter.